Ready, ready, ready.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
First try, no warm-up.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
First try, no warm-up.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
First try, no warm-up.
Yeah, I might just go ahead and say,
First try, no warm-up.
Hey guys, and welcome to week 8, the spooky week this week. Halloween's coming up, everybody's getting a little scared. At least anybody going against Alex. He is unpredictable now, or I guess could be predictable now, who knows. Highest median this week since week 1, so some teams turning around, not all teams.
I haven't broken 100 in 3 weeks.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
It's honestly seeming like Alex may have figured out a way to siphon points.
I kind of think bad luck was coming from that pick he gave you. That trade happened, both your teams kind of switched roles a little bit.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it.
Let's talk about last week's games, everybody. We're going to start off with Garrett versus Colt. Garrett takes this one 120 to 109. Colt still on the downhill turn, still holding that 10 spot down. Then we're going to move on to me versus Chase. I made a late push with Eckler, but came up short, 89-96. Oh well, that's fantasy. And then we're going to move on to Kevin versus Mir. Just as predicted, Josh Allen was out, so Mir's team was out. Congrats on the win, Kev. 92-74. Bo versus Chris. Bo takes this one 134 to 114. Chris, happy to see you lose once again. Keep it up. The game of the week. Alex versus Aaron. Fantastic game of the week. Again, 129 to 128. Close. Half a point, really, if you count the decimals.
This proves destiny beats all. 5th game against Alex, you haven't lost yet? Gotta lose, sorry.
Speaking of destiny, I stayed perfect against Miller. I timed it pretty well by him not having Josh Allen, aka his entire team.
And Garrett, looking good. Coming into 120.
Colt actually broke 100 this week. You know, I know he's been doing it more recently, but with a 109, that's a respectable score in this league. And Garrett's like, I don't care. 120. Boom.
Yeah,
Still lost. You know?
That's actually Colt's highest score of the year, but then he went against Garrett's highest score of the year, and it was a little bit better.
And also the highest median since week 1, so he still doesn't get the median win either. So what terrible timing on that.
All right. We take a look at the standings after last week. Almost nobody moved. The only movement was Chase and Mir flipping, Garrett and Colt flipping. Everybody's still fairly close to it. If you go all the way up and down, almost every person is next to someone that's within a half game.
Very close standings. I theoretically can go to 6th place after this week. It's crazy to see that close standings still.
Never thought to have seen Kevin in a Alex and Mir sandwich.
I mean, normally I would not be complaining about being in between Alex and Mir. That sounds like a great time most days.
What do you mean by that?
In the standings of fantasy football, that's not where you want to be.
Yeah, it's honestly crazy because Alex and Miller, before this year, their best year was finishing in 8th place. Alex only did it once. He was 10th every other year. Miller did it the very first year in the league. Miller actually went 8th place, 9th place, 10th place, left the league. Came back, 6th place. All right.
Well, that's going to take us into this week's matchups. So week 8, we'll kick it off with Bo versus Chase. That's number 1 versus number 5. Bo is 2-1 all-time versus Chase. Not a whole lot, I feel like, to be said about this matchup. I mean, it's just Bo's team is on a tear right now. Chase has been struggling this year like a lot of us. I can relate to those struggles as well. Maybe Chase finally gets, the team that he expected to score like they are supposed to.
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Then we've got me versus Aaron. Me at 7, Aaron at 4. Will my team ever score 100 points again? I don't think so. Who's Aaron going to play at quarterback? Matt Ryan got benched. Carson Wentz on IR. Russell Wilson didn't play last week. Potentially may not play this week with their bye coming up the week after. And Colton's scooping up everybody. Securing the backup quarterback market, I guess. I don't know what Colt's doing, to be honest. But, he's in last place. So you do weird shit when you're down there. I understand. Next up, we've got Jacob versus Miller. That's number 2 versus number 6. That's the third elder versus the backup elder, who is actually the eldest, which, that's kind of fun. I mean, he's got Josh Allen back this week, Jacob, so that's always terrifying.
Very scary. He could drop 75 any week, so. You know what? I feel kind of confident this week against Mir, so I'm going to say loser shaves their mustache.
Do we have a deal?
Do we have a deal?
No. Is it going to be a deal?
Is there a deal?
I don't know. Is there?
Is the deal done?
The deal could be done. Is it done?
Show your cards.
Okay.
Show your cards. Flip them.
I'm all in.
Flip them.
All in. Flip them.
Flip your cards.
Okay. Full house.
Oh, 2 aces and 2 twos.
That's a deal.
It's a deal.
That means it's a deal. We're both winners tonight.
And that takes us into Alex versus Colt. It's number 8 versus number 10, which shockingly the number 10 is not Alex. It is Colt. So it's the old worst team versus the current worst team. Colt signaled to everybody he's going in a rebuild. You don't trade Cooper Kupp unless you know this season's a wash and you just got to recoup from some draft picks. It's actually back-to-back years now with this for Colt. Sorry. Traded Derrick Henry, trading Cooper Kupp this year.
It's got to be scary for anybody going up against Alex right now. Past 3 weeks, he's averaging 120. 120 points. That's third highest for the past 3 weeks in the league.
When the Bengals offense is cooking,
Alex's team is eating.
his unlikely stack of Joe Burrow and Tyler Boyd gets pretty scary.
Alex has been reminding me of like those old most feared packs in Madden where they have the little power up in October. His whole team has that little bit of a stat boost this month, and I don't want to play him. I'm glad I'm not.
3-0, averaging 120 in October. So spooky Alex.
So that brings us into the game of the week, which is Chris versus Garrett. The perfect storm. It's a Kansas City bye week, so no Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce stack, which is terrifying. It's the Chargers bye week, so no Herbo. And Garrett actually outscored Chris last week regardless. Chris has had an interesting season. I mean, he's still doing okay standings-wise, but it's definitely not the dominance that we're used to seeing out of Chris, and I'm sure he's used to seeing out of his team. Garrett dropped 120 last week. Maybe he continues to build on that. We'll see where that goes.
We are definitely making sure Chris earns these wins. He's got the most points against.
Oh, yeah.
He does have the most points for as well in our league so far. So
On average, Chris faces a team that scores 125. Garrett getting ready for it, scoring 120 last week. But yeah, no KC, no quarterback decision for Garrett. He's only got one to start. That's a perfect storm if I've ever seen one.
happy Halloween week, everybody. Have you ever wanted new boots? Well, I got a perfect pair for you. Even you, Ken. Even you, shaking your head. Perfect pair. Flintstone boots. The mic's in the way, but I'm rolling the wrong way. Hold on. I'm using my weight. Hold on. Boom. Look at those. And then, also, they're very comfortable. You can walk with them. You can hike with them. And you can go trick-or-treating with them. But anyways, have a very safe Halloween. Don't forget to check your candy for razor blades. Don't drive too fast. There are kids on the streets. Just really enjoy your weekend. And buy Blundstones. They're only like $200-something. Not that much. Thank you.
All right, well, that's all we've got for you on Spooky Week. Colt, look out for the scary Alex matchup.
Excited to see how it plays out for you. Hope for all the best.
First try, no warm up. First try, no warm up.
Oh, and one more thing. Watch out for that fentanyl. Don't want them kids getting it.